I don't know. I don't have The Simpsons, though. Well, occasionally we have I don't know. Whatever. We've got too much going on right now. We've got video games. We've got the best. Okay? Actually, no. We usually have the worst. We have the worst. We got a lot of stuff. Let's go on over to the game reveal and see what is here for our third game. Crappy, please take us past legally distinct Jack Sparrow. Say hello to the GM for our third game today, our dear friend Hedge Maze. Hedge Maze, come talk to us. I want to hear what you've got. Oh my gosh, Treasure Master music is so good. So good. Wait, it's not you, Hedge Maze? Who is it then?
Bro.
Why? Why?
It's not Hedge Maze, it's me!
Why can't Hedge Maze be the GM? Oh my gosh. Okay. It is an arcade game, right?
Yeah, it's an arcade game.
Okay, so I think I saw what game it was for arcade, and I just thought this has to be Hedge Maze.
It's not the one that Hedge Maze gave out last year, although it's related.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, okay, we've got this game again.
Nope, it's not the same. It's not the same game.
Okay. However, it does share the name of a game that Hedge Maze gave out last year. Oh, sorry, everybody. Apparently, I didn't look at who posted it and just had flashbacks to last year and decided to use those in order to set up the layout for this game. Okay, Novasol. Hope you're doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're definitely looking more angry on screen at this specific moment. Uh-oh. Is the game fitting of your anger?
It's more nonsensical than angry.
Okay, nonsense. I like nonsense.
And, well, I'll say this, it has the finest beeps and doots that 1983 has to offer. We have Journey for the arcade.
What? Journey? Okay. So last Journey arcade game that we had was definitely based off of the band. Does this have anything to do with the band Journey?
Yes, it does. And in fact, we will get digitized.
Wrong.
No, but the gameplay is completely different than what Hedge Maze gave out.
Fine.
It's essentially a collection of 6 mini games, and we're going to be doing a score attack. So 1 credit, whoever's got the highest score at the end wins. Makes it nice and easy.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead and work on capturing this. This is Arcade Journey, not the other Arcade Journey game that we have. Are we going to hear Don't Stop Believin'?
No.
Are we going to hear other Journey songs?
We will.
Okay.
We will. They have quite a selection. Actually, the original arcade version had a tape player inside of it. And on the bonus level, it played Separate Ways. We don't have that because we don't have the cassette.
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I know the song Separate Ways. All of the players, though, need to get their games up. It looks like Tetsuya is currently has the game up. Jackazam, Jangle Storm. I think player number 4 is the only one I don't quite see with their stream up, but maybe it is now. Yep, it is. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we had a little bit of a kerfuffle trying to set up auto-fire because MAME sucks.
Welcome to video games, everybody. We have MAME, and you know what? I'd say that MAME has issues, but it is still, like, improving every time that, like, there's a new version. They've been getting better and better.
Yeah, it's vitally important for game preservation, but at the same time, the user experience could be better.
I mean, it's not RetroArch, so there's that.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. The amount of... The number of complaints that were here about RetroArch. Oh my gosh. If y'all didn't know, people don't like it.
I despise that program.
I more despise the person who makes it just due
Well,
to some
that also,
issues.
but
Yeah.
just for me, it's like when something's wrong with my controller, it could be in one of like 5 different places that it's messed up. And
Yeah.
it's annoying.
Like, as soon as you learn how RetroArch, like, you gotta take like a week-long course to learn how it works, and then it's like, oh, okay, you can do everything with this. But if you don't take that week-long course focusing on setting up RetroArch, it can be a bit of a pain, yeah. With that said, I'm glad that we have moved back to BizHawk, although in general, our policy when it comes to giving out games with various emulators, use what we give, and if for some reason you use something different and things break, then that is on you and it is not on us. Most of the time, though, please ask before using something that's not authorized, because if you don't, we will yell at you. And maybe disqualify you if we don't know beforehand. Yeah, we don't like surprises here. Or do we? I don't know. Do you like surprises, Novasol?
Not after my last game I had to set up.
Uh-oh.
The Castlevania game.
Castlevania Amiga? That was special.
Yeah, that was... Never again. I'm done with Amiga.
Game. You're done? No,
I'm done with
bad.
Amiga.
Fine, I'll give out Amiga. Huh? Yeah,
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, there you go. That is a quote from Stephen King about laughter. Laughter, it's good. Okay, that's not exactly the message from Carrie, but, you know, whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Carrie. Oh, maybe that's why she killed everybody. It's kind of a depressing movie. Story.
You know, I haven't seen it.
Well, yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
There's a lot of death in it. Let me just tell you, there's a reason it's
Stephen King.
Yeah, it's Stephen King. Okay, let me go ahead and check out how the players are doing. I want to see if I can get some audio. Have you heard Jingle Storm with audio? Or should I do a check? Yeah, did Jingle Storm have audio working before?
I will check. Jingle Storm and Tetsuya both volunteered, but I don't hear anything on Tetsuya's.
Well, I don't hear anything on Jingle Storms either. I don't think it plays anything yet. Oh, there we go. Okay. Boing.
There it is. Yeah, there's that sound. Yeah, I guess they don't want you hearing these hot jams for free.
You gotta pay money to hear these. Well, yeah. Come on, that was worth at least a quarter. Okay, I'm checking to see if the players are ready. Question, is there going to be any more flashing than what we currently see, or is this pretty much it?
That's about what we're going to get, but yeah, you might want to issue a flashing warning.
If this is all we're going to get, I would say that it's not an issue. Yeah, that's more trippy than a problem. Yeah. And Trippy's good. I like Trippy. So should they start on game start?
Yes, because they're gonna have to select the level, and they have 1 credit. So yeah, we'll just have them start on that screen.
Okay, here we go. We are doing the countdown, so I need all of you to get your best Journey emotes. I don't know, what would be appropriate for this?
Musical instruments, Beatles, aliens, it's really anything music.
Beatles, aliens.
Yeah, the plot of the game involves aliens.
Yeah, very important
because
plot.
Of course it does.
Oh yeah, they hop into the giant Journey Beetle car, of course. Oh, I don't like these sounds. Don't like that. Okay, I have started the timer, and I believe that the players are currently playing. Yep, I hear
Yes.
sounds. I'm going to go ahead and say that we are actually starting whatever this is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, since we're listening to Jangle Storm, we're hearing Chain Reaction,
Okay.
or we were.
Okay, now we're on the drums. So,
Yeah.
how the crap are we tracking progress here?
This is Score Attack.
Okay, so the score is what matters the most.
Yes. It's a game that only has a few levels and then loops. And it gets progressively harder as you go.
I don't like this. I really don't like this. Oh, I don't like this. Let me just say, if this were in the arcade, I would go to a different machine. Maybe I would try it. I might try this, you know? It's like, Journey's fine. They're a fine band. They've got good music. I don't really want to play this, though. Like, yeah, I'd probably try to give it a shot. Might as well. Okay, Tetsuya, I believe, has died. Going to be restarting the game. Tetsuya is actually playing through RetroArch.
Which is fine.
Yeah. As long, in general, if somebody plays on an emulator that is not what we specifically gave for this tournament, at the very least, we do know that RetroArch has the core for MAME, and it's the same core that the others should be using. But if there are any advantages that gives for like gameplay speed, or anything like that, we generally count that against the player. If it gives any negative effects, then we do not give them bonus time or anything else. If the game crashes and they're using the emulator that we didn't give out for this tournament, then that is on them and not on us.
Right. Well, specifically, Tetsuya wanted to use auto fire, and it's easier to enable that in RetroArch than MAME, so we let that go. And we let all the other players know, hey, you can enable auto fire if you so desire, because there is some mashing involved.
Yeah, this is something that we have started allowing in Kusog7ande, auto fire. Honestly, we do not want people to have their hands hurt. And we do have some people who, you know, have let us know that they have arthritis and such, just to make it fair and consistent to everybody without punishing people for bad game design. We do allow auto fire here. And honestly, I think that, like, it's something that more modern games have been wary of requiring mashing, and I'm really glad that game development has made a lot of progress. It's just, you know, we want the games to be bad. We don't want you to die or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't want them to be physically painful. Psychologically, yes, but not physically.
Yeah, we're here for the psychological punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So this is indeed a score attack, and right now it looks like Tetsuya has the highest score with 27,000 points. We've got a lot of time ahead of us.
Oh, absolutely. The bonus stage is quite a time, but we'll deal with that when we get there.
I do have to ask, how many credits do the players have, or does that matter? They've got one?
They just have one, yes.
I assume,
since it's a
like,
score attack.
With most arcade games, as soon as you run out of lives and have to use a continue/credit, it resets your score.
Not actually sure, but that's why I gave him 1 credit anyway. Just to sidestep that little issue.
There's sure is a lot of audio happening here.
Oh, we got a full hour of this.
Lord BBH in chat says there are no continues in this. Hello there, Lord BBH, the king of the arcade. It does worry me a little bit that people know about this game, but it's Lord BBH. Of course you're going to know about this arcade game.
Pretty notorious. I was honestly surprised this didn't get vetoed.
This one's pretty notorious? What?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it's bad. It's got these hilarious little digitized faces. It's completely nonsensical in terms of presentation.
Okay.
It's just... I kind of figured that people who run in this circle probably would have heard about it.
I mean, again, I've only seen one or two. No, I've seen a couple Journey games.
Yeah, there's the one on the Atari, but that one's completely different.
Yeah, that's extremely different. I feel like there's been one sort of random level-based band game that we've had before, but it might have been a Beatles game.
There's been Blues Brothers.
I mean, there are a lot of Blues Brothers games. Let me also say that the sound in this game is very inconsistent when it comes to how loud it is. I do have a limiter so that I don't blast out anybody's ears, and if I didn't, then this would probably be even more of a nightmare to listen to. But yeah, the music is occasionally going to be a lot quieter than you would expect. I'm just here letting you know that if you give this a shot yourself, be prepared for at least a little physical pain.
Yeah, the shooting sound effect is not good. It's especially since they're auto-firing. It's
oh my gosh.
kind of painful.
So somebody is asking if Alapex knows that he needs to get to the top of the screen. Honestly, do you need to get to the top of the screen? Why not just keep staying on the same level forever?
You get a lot of points for completing levels and also the bonus stage, so you can do this.
I mean, this is a score attack, and if you can stay on a relatively easy level for a full hour and just slowly build up a score, is that the worst idea? I don't know. This is Kusog7ande. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't do it. It's just you might get bored doing it. Oh, unfortunately, Alapex die. It does look like the difficulty goes up a little bit as time goes on.
Yes, it will start getting more oppressive as time goes on. In any case, I did supply them with advertising materials of the game, and that does actually tell them what the goal in each game is.
My gosh, there's so much material here that you sent. Like, I don't even know. The hottest band in the country is about to take over the planet. Yeah. I'm not sure they were necessarily... They were pretty hot at that time, but... At the same time, they definitely were no Beatlemania. But yeah, the general story goes, Journey's anxious to perform, but they need their instruments in order to play. Each instrument is on a different planet. Oh my gosh, can you believe that you left your instrument on a different planet? Well, each instrument is on a different planet, so before the concert can begin, you need to help the band members complete some tricky tasks to gain possession of their drums, guitars, piano, even the mic. But they spelled Mike M-I-K-E. I can't believe they left Mike on a different planet. I hate when that happens. But that's just the start. Next, they have to use their instruments to ward off attackers and make it to the concert. So there are 5 members in all. Steve Smith drums. Steve doesn't want to miss a beat, so he's got to jump on a series of floating drums. The first jump turns the drum blue, second makes it disappear. It's basically like crappy Qbert, which is already crappy. Hot take here. Once all the drums are blue, Steve's set becomes a deadly weapon to combat attackers. So wait, every time you beat a level, does it give you a bonus stage, or is it just like after all of the stages you get to use the instruments?
So each stage is 2 parts. You have to get the instrument, and then you have to get back to the ship, and there are 2 distinct phases.
So like, there we go. Jangle Storm got Jonathan Kane's piano.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was a gun, because it acts like a gun. Tetsuya has the guitar. Good.
Yeah.
And is just sort of floating in one place, racking up points. And there we go. Tetsuya is out. Ross Valerie, the bass guitar, that's where you jump on and off missing or rising levels to reach the top of the screen. And then I don't know if we've really seen... Is that the one Tetsuya's doing? I don't know.
Yeah, he's on Ross Valerie right now.
Okay. I'm not sure there's any jumping going on.
It's more on Jonathan Kane's level. You just kind of pull your legs into the air rather than jump.
Wait, did you say John McCain?
Jonathan Kane.
On
okay,
Jangle
Jonathan
Storms. Kane. I was thinking like John McCain style jumping. I'm pretty sure that would be pretty stiff as well. Oh
yeah,
no!
I don't think you get very...
Oh no, I can't say that. That is not what I meant. That is not what I meant. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and move on. So you have to jump up until you get your bass guitar, and then you get to go back down to the ship. There we go. Okay. And then Jonathan Kane is keyboards. You go down, and then there's a blockade of sticks while going down. Once you've jumped over the sticks and reached the bottom, you use your piano to battle your way back up. Steve Perry, you've got the weird spinning lasers. And then your microphone becomes a gun. And finally, the guitar is basically a descend into the caves minigame. So there are those 5. Once you get all 5, though, is there anything else that's notable?
Once you complete all 5 of these, you get to do a 6th bonus level where you have to act as the bouncer and prevent the fans from rushing onto the stage.
Oh! I just love how often it's like the fans are the villain in these games. So good.
And then once you complete that, it just kind of gets harder.
Okay.
We've basically seen 90% of the game already.
Yeah, so you would move on to Loop 2, which is essentially a harder version of Loop 1. With that said, you might be able to get higher score bonuses on the second loop. But
I'm not sure it scales, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you have to make all of the drums disappear on this bounce on the drums?
You have to make them all blue.
Okay. And then you kill the bats, or whatever.
Yes, and try to get down to your ship.
Oh, geez, that was stressful. There we go. Jangle Storm has made it back. Whew. Yeah, I would probably first just try to beat all of the minigames to see if you get a big bonus once you have completed all of them. That is definitely the thing that you should be doing. Right now, during the first half hour, you should be paying as much attention to what is going to be the best way to earn a high score. And then once you hit the second half hour, it's making that push to get that solid high score.
Right, because each of these games, once you actually know what you're doing, they only take about a minute each, if that. So you can rack up some high scores pretty quickly.
Well, there we go. We've got Don't Stop Believin'.
Oh, I love these dudes so much.
They're fine. Depending on when this came out, the dudes are fine.
This came out in 1983, so they're pretty high-quality dudes.
Lord BBH actually says that you don't really get a huge bonus on the final stage, but you do get points depending on how long you survive there. With that said, not a huge bonus still might matter more than, staying on a single stage and racking up points. It's hard
we
to
have
say
the bonus
Jangle
stage,
Storm.
and Jangle Storm lost immediately.
Well, that's not too much of a surprise. They stole the fans
stole the instruments.
No! Let's get back into the car.
Here we go
Stole
again.
the instruments. Scary music. Okay. With that said, that's 26,000 points in the bank already.
Right.
But look at Tetsuya, 73,000 points. Tetsuya is blowing everybody away.
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive.
I think that's because Tetsuya has found a very good level to grind points on.
Well, Alapex is doing the same thing, but Tetsuya has other levels cleared as well. Oh, yeah, it seems like Tetsuya is just farming a suitable number of points and then moving on, and I think that's the difference.
Yeah, if you farm a suitable number of points and then leave before you die, that's probably a good idea. I mean, Tetsuya has lost 1 life, so it's best to not just lose all of... Like, as soon as Tetsuya dies, that's all progress lost. That still is a suitable high score for a while, but who knows how long that's going to last. Some of these mini-games are going to be longer or easier to survive on for a long time. The players are allowed to use auto-fire in order to play this, because we don't want anybody losing or hurting themselves due to the games that are on Kusog7ande. So that may make certain stages easier or harder. The players just need to decide what is the best idea here. Oh, Tetsuya, good defense here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What is this bouncer? He just looks like a clown. Did you hire a clown to protect the band?
Hey, yeah, he's keeping the aliens out. Mostly.
I think those are fans. Are all your fans aliens? Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, okay.
I mean, humans are scared of clowns. Why not aliens?
I guess. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's 91,000 points. That was a pretty significant bonus stage then. Yeah, but you actually have to do it well. It looks like Jakazam also being the bouncer. Okay, there we go.
Not quite as successful, but that
still,
is second place.
41,000 points. That's enough for second place. Alapex still doing the Steve Perry stage, 34,000 points so far. Alapex might be doing the slow and steady method. Like, just stay on one stage, go slow. This is something... Yeah, score attacks are an interesting phenomenon.
Right.
They definitely were a lot more common when it came to arcade games. A lot of the times, though, there were specific rules put in place in order to prevent people from farming points. Kusog7ande, we don't do that. So, for example, Twin Galaxies often said that you had to, like, at least make some effort to make tangible progress through the stages. And if you just sat in one place farming points forever, they considered that cheating. But that's so subjective, you know?
Well, in this game, it punishes you for doing that by ramping up the number of things trying to kill you.
Yeah,
so
the difficulty keeps going up.
It's only viable for so long.
Yeah, I would say that, like, no matter what you say about Twin Galaxies, I feel like they have worked on improving over the years. No matter what you say, though, like, they were still a very important part in the retro gaming community and, like, you know, keeping a lot of games in the community consciousness. So even if, you know, they were still really important. We don't follow the same rules as they do. Instead, I'm just interested in seeing who can get the high score in this match, and whoever does will take first place. Now, I have to ask, what are the stakes when it comes to this match?
This is a 10-point match, so nobody's getting eliminated here.
You gave 10 points. You gave Journey to these players. Oh my gosh.
To be fair,
I love it.
I thought they would veto it, and then I could be mean, but no. Now they get this nonsense.
Honestly, I feel like this is a game that I probably wouldn't want to be racing people against, because actually, then again, I really love retro games. I really love, like, if I get a game that is ancient, I usually do better than if I get a more modern game. Like, I know my strengths, and this would probably be one of my strengths. For better or for worse.
Seems to have this on lock.
Like, yeah, look at these dodges here. 55,000 points. Still, Jakazam a little bit ahead point-wise.
Yeah, but if Alapex can keep this up, there's no ceiling to the number of points he's going to get.
I mean, you don't know how much more difficult this is going to get. It may increase. Jackazam up to 60,000 points. Yeah. Honestly, I think Alapex is doing the right thing. Experiment early on to see if there is one thing you can do that racks up a whole bunch of points. And guess what? It's sort of working.
Yeah, according to Lord BBH, there is a place where people can infinitely farm points if they stand in the right place, which if one of the players finds it, good for them. Oh,
yeah.
There's the death.
There is the death. That was increasing difficulty as it went on. We are on to Steve Perry now. 61,000 points with one extra life, though. I think that could still lead to a decent push here. Oh, well, we're back to Steve Perry. Never mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Alapex cleans up some other levels, then that'd be a big boost to score. But no, we're back to the point farm.
You got to keep in mind, though, a lot of arcade games will give you an extra life at a certain point value. If this
and
is
this
one,
game does, in fact, do that, yes.
Do you know how many points?
I believe it's 30,000? It tells you on the title screen.
Very common that you'll get an extra life every 30,000 points. And if so, even if Alapex dies every single time playing this stage, you can just come back, get another 30,000 points, and then die. Lord BBH is saying 20, 60. Okay, the first 20k you get an extra life, and then every 40k after. This could be the long and painful grind. You know, sometimes Kusog7ande, you have to be bored in order to win. The thing is, like, even if I found something that was consistent for me, I would probably get bored and try something else and lose. I know how it is.
I would not have the mental fortitude to do this. But yes, the score, and this is a score attack.
I just love it. I just love that, like, we have various challenges when it comes to Kusog7ande. Boredom is not usually one of those that you have to battle, but I sure think it's going to be one that they have to deal with in this game. Or at least Alapex with the method that he is playing.
I am imagining that if Alapex wins, he is going to have some choice words for me.
I love it. Yeah, all 4 players are currently on Steve Perry's level. Nobody from this match, by the way, is going to be getting eliminated. All they need to do is try to make as much progress as they can. And whoever loses, you know, they'll move on to the next match with a lot more work to do to stay in the tournament, but it still will be doable to make it into the bracket. Just whoever takes first today has a very good likelihood of making it there.
Well, Alapex is closing in.
Over. Nope.
At 83,000. Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was not enough points to consistently get a 1-up every single time playing. So Alapex will probably have to figure out, is this going to be worth playing the way that I'm playing right now? Maybe it will be. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just watching Jackazam's screen, and this is beautiful.
Yeah, around 25 minutes into this match, that's about the point where I'd start asking myself if maybe there are other faster ways to gain score.
At the same time, if you can, like, establish a reasonably high score on one of your first attempts and then see if you can beat that in other methods, that's not a bad way to gauge, like, what is worth your time. Tetsuya does have the current lead. I believe that's 98,000 points?
Yes. Alapex is in second at 88.
This game is not good. I do love when they're like when we have a Kusog7ande match that's not just the standard race and try to beat the game horizontal platformer. You know, arcade games were highly important, highly influential. A lot of the times, just based off of the style of arcade games that exist, it's really difficult, though, to have a race situation. Kusog7ande, by the way, moving into first with over 100,000 points.
And that's an extra life to boot.
Always nice. Always nice. Alapex, depending on how he does, he could potentially move into second place.
Yeah, he's 5,000 off from getting another life to throw into the meat grinder here.
Yeah, that would be very, very helpful to get that extra life. Oh, so many of these moves are tight and very much worry me, but it's consistent. So the fact that there's so much consistency in this, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, the auto fire is doing a ton of heavy lifting here.
Yep. But again, all of the players are allowed to use that.
Yes, they are.
It is an accessibility thing that we allowed during Kusog7ande this year, and that I think is something that honestly should be more acceptable throughout retro gaming. And honestly, I do understand some people wanting to play games without having an auto fire. Sometimes it is a fun challenge for yourself. People playing Contra, I know there's some who really enjoy playing it without having auto fire on. But again, if you train, if you prepare your hands, and if you are fortunate enough not to have arthritis or any other issues, then it can be an enjoyable experience. I would say that, I'm not going to neglect how impressive it is, but at the same time, I think that there's plenty of room for those who who know they might get hurt and who want to avoid that. That should be completely acceptable these days, to let people play games the way that they want to play them.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent in playing games in a way that you find comfortable and fun.
Comfortable,
and if that
fun,
means
and safe, yeah.
Yeah, and if that means using auto fire, or if you want to use save states, have at it. We live in the future.
Alapex is actually in the lead. No, it's the present. We do not live in the future. What are you talking about?
I don't know. This game clearly came from '83.
Lord BBH is saying that he is very anti-auto fire, and I think that's completely fine for you to be anti-auto fire.
Play games how you want to play them.
Play the game the way that you want to play it. And I would say that for things where auto fire actually does make a big difference, it's fine to have two different leaderboards. I don't mind. Separate them. That's fine.
I know personally, I have nerve damage in my right hand. I would not be able to do this manually.
Oh, yeah. I've had times where I've had to not do stuff for a week or so just because of how much my hands have hurt.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's completely valid to play the game the way that you want to play it. Yeah, Lord BBH, you do have a good point. This does change a little bit of the spirit of the game. I don't really care that it changes the spirit of the game for the purposes of this match.
I care more that everybody's on even footing. And
yeah,
if someone is willing to go to these lengths to win the match, then more power to them.
Yeah, everybody is on even footing here. That is a death for Alapex. Game over. But yeah, here everybody is on even footing without a risk of hurting themselves because they would... because of the matching or the mashing. I don't want people getting hurting themselves because we give them a game that if they had gotten something else they would be physically fine. Yeah. So I find it completely valid that you personally would not want to play with auto fire. And also I completely understand why it changes the feel of the game for you. Yeah. I think that's valid. But with that said, Kusog7ande is about a race, and if everybody is given the same conditions, even if it does change a little bit of the spirit of the game, I'm cool with that. I mean, heck, we've had Kusog7ande matches on very broken versions of, what was that, Z-SNES? And those races were amazing. Absolutely hilarious. I loved them.
Oh, I remember the Donkey Kong Country race.
Oh
That
my
was
gosh,
amazing.
that, I think it was Super Ghouls and Ghosts that was kind of beautiful as well. That was, a mess and a half. Yeah, I think it was Z-SNES 0.15.
Well, Alapex has definitely developed a winning strategy here, having taken the lead. And then we have Jakazam in second, followed by Tetsuya, and Jangle Storm in fourth.
Ah, yeah, bounce on those drums. Honestly, though, like, I would be a little... Because there are people who are patient enough to play a game like this without using the auto-fire, and I would be interested in seeing, like, how reasonable is it to play this, you know? Because
it is significantly harder.
I can imagine that it would be absolutely brutal. Yeah.
So when I played through this, I did it without auto fire, and it was miserable.
Yeah. For some cases as well, you know, we have allowed other certain accessibility features. For some games, we've allowed save states or saving when they made a certain amount of progress throughout a stage. Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking back to their old school days. We had a race of the Speedy Gonzales slash... Was it a Sonic bootleg? Yeah, it was originally a Speedy Gonzales game that was a Sonic bootleg. And the problem with that specific emulator is that it would always crash if you did something specific. And we started to allow save states after they had one crash. We let them know that they can begin save stating on that specific level before getting into it, so that, you know, they actually could get through it. And it was really fun to see something that, like, actually should not have been completable on the emulator because of how broken it was. Seeing them, like, find ways to avoid a soft lock that honestly should have been a required mechanic in the game. It was fun. It like, there are a lot of nightmares here. Steve Perry's in trouble. Yeah, look at all these lines, you know? My greatest enemy. Horizontal lines.
So, does Alapex know he can complete the level? He should, because I gave them instructions.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But Alapex is going for a high score.
He is very deliberately not completing the level.
Yeah, and honestly, that's paying off so far. Alapex is in the lead. It's kind of a more boring way of doing this level, but it is a way to do it nonetheless.
So Jakazam is taking a more honest approach, and she's got pretty high score as well. So I think one good push from her could push her past that mark.
Yeah, one strange thing, one thing that I like about this is that this game actually opens up a lot of possibilities for how you are going to tackle it, you know? Are you going to play through it and complete the various levels? Are you going to, like, sit and grind through one level over and over if that feels more your style? Honestly, I think some players are just trying to complete the game, get to the band, do the second loop, get to the concert again. Yeah, Lord BBH is commenting that 2 players have cleared a full loop of the game, but it just loops over and over again. There is no ending unless, like, maybe if you're a perfect player and eventually get to a kill screen, but that would probably take way too long / be near impossible.
I would not want to meet the lunatic who could do that. I'd be too intimidated.
Now, as has been noted, there is a safe spot on at least one of these levels where you can grind out infinite points, and in general, that probably is only doable when you have auto fire like we are allowing the players to do right now. And if any of them does find it, then it would probably be a chance to take the victory today in Kusog7ande. And yeah, honestly, I think that on the level that Alapex is on, if you just wedge yourself against the left wall and keep shooting straight up, that's probably the way to get infinite points. Bottom left corner, shoot straight up.
Well, Pensia seems to have figured out a very safe place to farm points, so... like, we may just be sitting watching point farming.
Well, Alapex, back to Steve Perry. Yeah, let's go ahead and have some good music. Someone said staying still just kills you. I feel like if you're higher up, that might be true, but if you're lower, you might be able to.
Bullet streams will destroy more projectiles.
Yeah, I think that we may see somebody do that eventually. Okay, Jangle Storm finishing this space level. The good thing about this, though, one thing that I like about some of these more experimental games is when they come on, or experimental for Kusog7ande senses, is when they are on a match where nobody's going to be eliminated, if they don't find an ultra cheese strat. When we have eliminations, I like them to be a little bit more based off of skill or really, really good, cool gameplay. But at the same time, I'm very appreciative of having more experimental Kusog7ande matches like this.
Yeah, I've been trying to think a little bit outside the box for some of my choices.
Yeah, it does have stakes, but it's not as high stakes as any of the elimination matches that we've had during round 2. Chad is saying they don't know if Alapex has played any of the other stages. I think Alapex has a couple of them.
If he did, it was in the first few minutes of the match, and we haven't seen any other stage since.
Yeah. Chad is also bringing up that we've had Police Quest, the adventure game, and that match specifically, the goal was to find as many unique deaths as possible, and that was extremely different from what we've normally had. I love that.
I have something in mind for the endurance match that should be... well, it'll amuse somebody, probably not the players, but it is a very evil idea, and I hope I can get it to work.
Actually, now that people are talking about it, there may be a safe spot specifically in the bat stage, the drum bat stage that Jack Zam is on. Is that the one where there's a really good safe spot?
I believe so, yes.
Again, this would likely not be doable if you were playing on an arcade cabinet, just because there is no turbo on arcade. But in the rules for this specific competition, they are allowed to use turbo, and so the safe spot may be something that they can find. Yeah. Ubi is saying it would be doable with much pain in the arcade. You might have to like switch out with a friend to have them mash for a little bit. Or you could build a robot. A mashing robot.
I mean, that's kind of what auto fire is.
Yeah, is it cheating if you build a robot that just mashes the button for you?
I mean, that's just working
Somebody else
smarter
says
and not
yes.
harder.
Oh, wow, come on.
Look, if somebody is going to haul in a robot to my arcade and say, I want this world record, I'm not going to tell them no. I don't want to fight a robot.
That makes it a task? Fine.
That's why.
What if it's a really crappy robot that, like, sometimes misses? Then nobody can tell that it's a robot, right?
So yeah, that'd be a Rob.
A Rob?
For the nest.
Oh my gosh, okay. Somebody just hook Rob up to this, then it's a bad task. There we go. A journey-assisted robot. Oh no, Jangle Storm! Unfortunately not able to bounce. We're starting to get to the point where the players are going to have to just set on a specific strategy in order to grind out points.
Oh, I think Alapex is way ahead of you on that one.
Well, I mean, besides Alapex, all of the other players should be thinking about that. Tetsuya, has been doing very great, just playing a diversity of levels, as is Jackazam. Jangle Storm is the farthest behind, but I also know that Jangle Storm sometimes takes a little while to warm up, explores the various options, and then knows when to make that push. So they just need to decide soon that they just do what their plan is, what they feel is going to make them the most points, and do it now.
And ultimately, we have 17 minutes left. This is still anyone's game. It is not over.
Oh, jeez, Jangle Storm! Oh, how is this so hard? Okay, Tetsuya currently defending the band from the fans. Oh. Yeah, this is not the only Journey game where you actually have to defend against fans. It's kind of weird to have, the fans of a band be the main villains here, but that's the case. As Chad is mentioning, the groupoids, every person in the band that you bounce back is 300 points. Groupoids, okay. So they're actually worth a decent amount, whereas Jangle Storm playing the drum level, every drum bounce is 50 points, except for the blue ones, which are 100 points. If you can get to the bonus stage, it's definitely worth doing. The bats are worth a decent amount, though. Yeah, it's definitely... Oh, bat to the head. Hate to see that happen.
You got a good toast for that with Castlevania.
Oh, I loved playing DOS Castlevania. It was so fun.
Oh, I love just comparing those to the NES game. It's because I'm really familiar with it, so it's always a trip watching that game.
You're pretty familiar with NES Castlevania?
Yes.
Castlevania is such a gem, though. Honestly,
I want to play it.
Hey, Tetsuya is at 102,000 points and has a possibility to move up to second place. He is opting to go for Steve Perry.
Yeah, this level's pretty easy. So it's free real estate.
I mean, you just gotta avoid the clocks. Avoid the clocks and get your mic. There we go. Okay. This may be enough to move into second. Let's see how Tetsuya does.
Yeah, if Tetsuya doesn't choke, This could be a lead change.
What I really like about this, lead change, I'm not sure, but between second and third, yes, this very well could be. I mean, just a couple thousand more points and you're there.
Those points are racking up real fast, though.
We just got to hit 110,000 points, and that's second place for Tetsuya.
Right.
Then we got it. Tetsuya moving into second place
Second
right
place. And I think he's trying to make a push to the top, and he's down.
KM is pretty funny in chat saying that they can't believe Alapex is still hanging onto his lead without clearing a single stage. That's the way the Kuso crumbles. Taking into account the specific rules for this match, sometimes you just have to do the really boring strat of staying on Steve Perry. Seriously, you could have chosen anybody and go Steve Perry.
Well, Alapex clearly hasn't stopped believing.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it technically is the best song in the game.
Yes, I agree. I was honestly worried this match would be boring, but I'm cracking up watching this.
It's kind of funny. I'm not, like... I don't know. I really don't know enough about the individual the band members to say much about them. My opinions are that Don't Stop Believin' is okay. It's fine. Like, honestly, it deserves everybody singing it. It's fine. But, you know, I don't know if there are any other Journey songs that I like. Hey, Jangle Storm is through a set of the groupoids and back into the game. 56,000 points right now. Unfortunately, no extra lives. This will still be a PB for Jangle Storm, just not enough to move out of 4th place. Unless Jangle Storm just grinds out some points, gets an extra life here. This should be an extra life pretty easily, as long as you don't die immediately in the drum stage.
So what other 80s super bands should have had a game made after them?
I mean, what band didn't have a game made after them? There is a Queen game on... It's either DOS or on the PlayStation that I need to go and explore a little bit more at some point.
I was thinking Duran Duran. Did Foreigner have a game?
I don't know. Genesis got a Sega console. Shut up. Xandra, I love you. You don't have to shut up, but I'm still gonna yell that anyway. Oh. Chicago? I don't think Chicago got one unless you count Home Alone.
Like they have a song in Elite Beat Agents. That's close enough for me.
Yeah, everybody. Steve Perry gets the song Don't Stop Believin', so, like, Alapex has been listening to Don't Stop Believin' the entire time. By the way, this came out in 1983, so
yes.
This was actually pre-Mario. So if anybody was wondering why this feels very archaic, it is.
Yeah, it's extremely archaic.
Yeah.
So they had planned to use this digitized technology for another game that would allow players to put their faces into the game, and then people promptly vandalized it, so they scrapped it.
By the way, somebody did share, it's Paul S. in chat, shared a link to to a page that lists out various games that star
Oh, baby.
musicians, and there are a lot of them. There are Kiss
Well,
games, Judas Priest, Road to Valhalla. What? Megadeth?
Okay. Vandalize is the wrong term. I'm sure you know exactly what they did with the cameras, though.
There was an Iron Maiden game in 2016. Actually, it seems like most of the games came out around 2016. Oh my gosh. Fallout Bird? No. Is that just a Angry Birds Fallout? No, it's a Flappy Bird
Thompson
clone. Oh my
twins.
gosh.
There's a Commodore 64 Thompson Twins game.
I don't know who they are, but that's terrifying.
They took their name from a 1010 comic book.
Okay. Paul McCartney's Give My Regards to Broad Street. Okay. That's great. Some other games I really don't know. Of course, Michael Jackson had several games. Motorhead, Blues Brothers, of course. Prince. I was wondering if Prince had a game, and he did for Macintosh and Windows 3.1. That's pretty cool.
I see this as the Make My Video series.
Rolling Stones, good. Elvis, there had to be at least one Elvis game. How about Gorillaz? Spice World, I forgot there is a Spice World game. Yeah.
Gorilla's Entertainment System for phones.
For phones, okay.
Yeah, J2ME. I think that's like flip phone.
Okay. So, yeah, in other words, there have been a decent number of games. This, however, what we're watching right here, Journey, was published by Bally Midway Manufacturing Company. As far as I can tell, they made quite a few other arcade machines like Trog. Yeah, I remember Trog. That's a good. Discs of Tron. That is fantastic. Ms. Pac-Man, I guess they did some of those machines. Gorf? I recognize Gorf, but I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't want to look into Gorf anymore. That kind of scares me. But yeah, they were pretty heavily involved in arcade games. Of course, I believe that other people in chat might be a little bit more familiar with the company. I just react to what I'm able to find as we are playing. The sound, the music, by the way, that you're hearing was not actually made by Journey, believe it or not. You might have thought that, like, Steve Perry made every beep and boop that you're hearing here, but no. They were made by a couple other people, Elaine Hodgson and Stephen E. Meyer.
Yeah, for 1983, I think they did a pretty good job.
No, this is great. The beeps and boops are fantastic. One of the people who worked on the music for this, by the way, was sort of the director of development for Civilization 5, for a lot of various games. Civ 6, XCOM 2. Good job, Steve Meyer. You made the best beeps and boops, and now you are probably really rich.
One would hope, having that many bangers under your belt. Well, we got 6 minutes left.
Yeah!
I think at this point, Alapex probably has it locked in.
Honestly, Alapex has just, like, destroyed this. I don't know if anybody else has a chance to catch up. Alapex, followed by Tetsuya, followed by Jakazam, followed by Jangle Storm. It still technically might be possible. They just need to find a good way to rack up points fast. Jakazam taking her sweet time on this floating over turret turrets and shooting the cannonballs level. Not exactly the most inspired level, you know, but do what you gotta do. Kill those cannonballs, you know?
Yeah, I think everybody but Janglestorm is degenerated to trying to just farm points from projectiles.
Yeah, Janglestorm. I love Janglestorm. You know, he's been heavily involved in the bad game community and is a fantastic speedrunner. What? The turrets begin moving if you take too long?
Yeah?
What? Oh, that's not good. Well, I don't like that. Janglestorm at the same time, I see sometimes plays games differently than a lot of other people. Tends to take, you know, the route that makes him happiest. And sometimes that means that he doesn't do quite as well on some of the Kusog7ande matches. That's fine, you know.
Yeah, poor Janglestorm. Trying to play this honestly is a mistake.
I wouldn't say playing this honestly, more like playing it the way that it was quote-unquote intended. So that you lose your quarters and somebody else jumps into play, you know?
Right. Janglestorm's just going a separate way. And he's worlds apart because of it.
Well, oh my gosh. I did see a gift sub given out earlier by our friend Billy Rivers, and then Ubi just gave out 20 subs.
Woo.
Ubi, you are too kind. Thank you so much. I usually don't comment on those during the matches too much, but I just had to this time. Seriously, thank you so much. That is extremely kind of you.
What a good September that is.
Yay, made up holidays, everybody! Holidays made up by capitalism. Don't you love them? I'm not bashing. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. I'm just saying, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and mock capitalism now. Capitalism holidays cost you less money, Ubi? Yes! Thank you! Fake capitalist holidays.
I mean, if you're gonna drop 20 gift subs anyway, you might as well save some money.
Then heck yeah, throw out that Festivus poll. We don't need it anymore. Because we've got Ubi here. Yeah. With that said, we are getting close to the end of the match. Alapex is almost taking second place with the current score right now.
Yeah, these places are pretty set.
Alapex, the slow, boring method, is the one that is going to give you first place.
Didn't he set that record 30 minutes ago?
I don't know. Like, quite a while ago.
It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute or so.
Woo! I feel like everyone set their high water marks like 30 minutes into the match and then farming.
Ish. Yeah. Ish. Oh, this music is not good. Don't love it. Actually, I guess it's not the music that's the problem. It's more everything else. Justin, no! Justin, stop it! He's trying to eat my food. No,
what food is it?
He made me some pasta, and now he's eating the pasta. Don't eat the pasta, Justin. And
Yeah, bro needs that pasta.
Yeah, I need the pasta. Everybody, I am so sad. Well, with that said, Alapex is pretty much unbeatable at this point. Actually, I don't think any places are moving. We've got it set. The order was determined a long time ago.
Second and third were really close, but...
Yeah.
Like, honestly, with the different strategies involved, first, second, and third being as close as they are is pretty cool.
Yeah. It has been a decent match to watch, despite how boring this could have ended up being.
Yeah. My bad. Sorry.
I had more to talk about than I expected. I'm happy with, we've had plenty of games where it's been like, okay, we are 5 minutes into the match and we have seen literally everything and I do not want to talk about the game anymore. But not true with this. That is time. 1 hour done. We have a victor, Alapex, who just passed his high score actually, followed by Tetsuya, Jakazam, and then Janglestorm. Obviously, the strat to win this ended up being be bored for an hour. Considering if you go and play the arcade version or you play without turbo, you're going to probably hurt afterwards. I would say if you want to go ahead and give this a shot the intended way, you're welcome to, but do not blame me if you come back with a sore arm, okay?
Yeah, that is a you problem.
Or a you choice. It's a you choice. Some of you are adults here. I was gonna say you're all adults. I don't know. Go and play games the way that you want to play them, you know? We're here to have fun and honestly see what the players are able to do in the rule set that we give them over the course of an hour. Let me go ahead and welcome Alapex in to come and chat. Alapex is already coming. Hello there, Alapex, and congratulations! You have solidified a second victory in this tournament. Are you there? Hello! Maybe. I imagine you're just fiddling with the cables, plugging things in, unplugging things, shooting lines, just shooting a lot of lines. Oh, hello there!
Gotta have push to talk on.
Ha!
Hello, I'm sorry for the last hour.
I was gonna say I was watching it, and you did the same thing for about an hour.
Yeah, I basically turned it into a Toho game.
I mean, you won. It worked.
Yeah, it was still pretty close. The second place player was 10k behind you, and
10k behind. That's pretty real close since we got the 100k.
Yeah. There was a 10k spread between the top three.
Yeah, honestly, the top three, the only person who really wasn't close to the group, which I love you, Janglestorm. It was Janglestorm, because I feel like he was playing it probably the closest to the way the game should be played.
Yeah, that's one of the traps in Kusog7ande. If the GM tells you it's a score attack, you probably aren't wanting to complete the game.
Yeah, mind you, I think everybody except for you did complete the game once.
Yes.
For better or for worse, because they my theory with the game was like spend the first half hour trying to find a strat where you think you can go ahead and get a good high score, and then the second half of the game just go ahead and do that strat. You just did the same thing for the entire time. You got that 120,000 point level.
I gave completing it a go, and then I saw that completing a level was only 20k or 2k, and getting the clear. And it might be a clear bonus, but I didn't really care.
So the bonus level, you can rack up some good points. I feel like if you can consistently clear levels quickly, that's a faster method, but your method was quite a bit safer.
Yours was like, take the long and winding road. That's a different song by a different band, though. The long and winding road, go ahead and take advantage of the gift that we gave, which was auto fire for this, and just take the slow grind. Apparently there is a level that's a little bit more reliable, where you actually don't have to do anything except shoot, which is the level with bats in it. Yeah. Actually, big question. Did you clear any of the stages?
I cleared 3 of them on my first go-through, but I tried all the levels, and I just thought that the Steve Perry one was the most consistent in getting points in.
Honestly, that was a fine level for you to choose. It gave you the win. the drum level, I believe, is technically the most doable to get infinite points and the easiest to avoid taking damage. But with that said, you know, this worked out for you. And I would say...
I thought about the drum one, but it looked like there were shots going off when I was trying that one when you blew up stuff up, so that would just been more dodging, so I didn't really think that one would have been best.
Yeah, I would say all of the other players here who played in this match do not feel bad trying to play the game the way that it was meant to be played and actually clearing levels and getting to the bonus stage and doing loops 2 and I think one time 3 because, you know, this was a much more experimental match that we've had in Kusog7ande, I'd say. You know, score attacks for old arcade games are very different from trying to speedrun, and it's always interesting to see what ends up being the best strat for something that you normally don't do. And
and these were... I was playing against 3 really awesome players, and I'm surprised I came out on top. I was expecting to just not come in last. That's what I was hoping for.
Well, yeah, it was fun. It was actually pretty enjoyable to watch as well. We had a lot of fun in chat talking about like the different strategies, as well as like how you can get a high score without using auto fire. Honestly, though, I'm glad that we do allow auto fire in Kusog7ande, because otherwise this match would have punished everybody.
Yeah, on that I would have played completely different if we didn't have auto fire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone would have.
I think so. Not only that, but like I would worry that some people would just spend an entire hour matching, and if you aren't warmed up for that and you know you're not really prepared for that, that can just be a bad scenario.
At least one competitor has hand issues, and it would not be fair to punish them for that.
No, and even I was feeling it on the back and forth on my level. It was still causing some issues.
Even the movement left and right, I love it. Well,
you got into a pretty good groove.
Yeah, seriously, this was still a pretty enjoyable watch and a lot of fun. Alapex, are you doing anything exciting these days? Have anything fun that you've been streaming?
Well, I just finished up with the Kiki Kaikai series, that's also known as Pocky and Rocky. I played most of the games. I didn't play the Famicom one, though, because it crashes on emulator.
Yeah, welcome to how things go sometimes. Crashes on emulator. I wonder, there are a handful of mapping or games that are on console that don't quite have solid mapping when it comes to emulation. I wonder if anybody is trying to tackle that right now, or if anybody's found a workaround.
I was looking it up, and there is like one emulator that was stopped like 10 years ago that should be able to handle it, but I just haven't looked at it yet.
Okay. That's fine. Well, good. I honestly, I almost gave that out for one of the grudge matches between some people, but one was a little bit too familiar with it, and so I gave something else out. But yeah, those games are a blast. So, thank you so much, Alapex. Novasol, thank you as well. I will see both of you next time. Go and have a break. Go enjoy some food or not. I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do. But seriously, I'm glad that you were able to come and play. See you later, Alapex.
Yep.
Take care, Novasol.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. All right, everybody. This is Kusog7ande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. I'm gonna run a quick ad. I need to stand up for a second. I've got pasta that I've got to finish eating pretty quickly as well. So I will be back in about 1 minute. Stay tuned.
Eventually, he's going to learn that he's not allowed to get up and eat around me when I'm still here. And all you subscribers will happily hear that I have these and talk in the chat, but nobody will ever understand what's going on unless they subscribe during September. So one day, Bro will learn not to eat, not to